Hello and welcome to Rooks and Hooks little special edit video. So this is something completely different. We've got to mix it up a bit, haven't we? So on Play Store and iOS there is a chess app for games correspondence called Chess Time, and you've also got Chess Time Live. Now big shout out to Charles from the Isle of Wight Chess Club, because he was the one who told me about this. So when you finish the game you can actually download an interface called Penguin, which is a PGN game review system, and then you need to download a UCI interface chess engine, which is Stockfish 17. There are many more, but it's a free download. And if you get Penguin, it's a letter red P, and you can go to emails, copy and paste the PGN, load it in. If you go to collections, you've got paste game from PGN text, you've got it from a Fen string, and you've got it from ECH text. I'm not too sure about ECH text, but you should see me on the screen now, lit up in the lights and everything. You can change the board color, you can change the fonts, you can change the chess pieces. I'm not sure if you can change the individual squares, so I've just left it, you know, this color. It's bright enough anyway. So this was a game today, and it was in fact a draw. And I've noticed with the score, I don't know if I can make that bigger so you can see, but does it get bigger? Let me just see. Hold on, I had it then. It's not letting me do it. Come on. Oh, no. So the score's like 27, 28, 30. I notice if you're a piece down, it's like whichever plus or minus is around 300. So that's like the 3 digits is actually a +3 or a -3. So these must be hundredths of a actual 1 point. So the depth is 25 and the score's 22, and we're at E4. And were we playing white? We was playing white. Let me just throw that up to there. So we only need like a couple of lines. You don't need to have like realms of lines just showing, just the 2 or even 1. So E4, E5, knight F3, Philidor, yeah, with D6, if that's right, isn't it? So just releasing a light square bishop. We've carried on with our battalion, and they've played knight F6 here, so we've just gone with a standard line D2, D3, made the pawn chain, and they've done bishop E7. So I have seen this line, as opposed to having D6 is like an Italian refuted 2 knights. You play D3 and they play bishop E7. So knight to G5 to put pressure on F7. Will it let me light up? Yes. Can you draw arrows? Arrows next move played. Let's see what does it let me. So that was the last move, and then they played D5. We've taken, they've taken Queen F3. Let me just take them arrows off. Options off, options off, arrow variations. Let's see, what's this then? No, it doesn't let you do that. Don't know what that is. Anyway, so knight G5 putting pressure on F7 there. D5. So this is kind of a 2 knights line, main line, as opposed you've got the knight on C6 here. We've taken, they've taken back. We played Queen F3 here. Yeah. Then they played knight C. I'll play bishop takes the knight on G5. We've gained a knight back here, so we're not down on material here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Looking at that, we've both got a piece developed. Our pawn structure is fine. They've got an actual half open D file. We've got the queen and the bishop on the same diagonal. Castling, grab the dark square bishop. Didn't really have to. Could have played maybe bishop d2 there. The knight's protecting it anyway. Queen's taken, and then we've gained a pawn. See, the score's gone up to -374. So it's actually in favour of black, because black missed here queen c1, so he was lucky. So queen takes b7. So the score's gone up to us like a tenth of a point then. So the 116. So yeah, it's like +1, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's +1 to white. Go back a couple of moves, it was -3 to black here, but there we go. So they're defended by releasing the knight, so the other rook on f8 covers the A. Castling here, protecting the pawn on c7. Knight c3 here. Yep, it's getting our rooks connected. Let me just have a look at these little options here. So what's this? Export game, paste PGN, copy. What's this? Create GIF. I can create a GIF. Great. Run UCI engine. Opens Explore. Compose. Edit game details. View game file. Player statistics. What's this? Add a game result. Rate the game move. Positional advantage. Set. See what that does. Oh, it's just the labels, that is. So knight to f6. What were the alternatives? Rook a b8. Okay. Knight f6. Queen back, just anticipating rook, either rook to b8 to win the pawn on b2. So we come straight back, and then c6. Maybe it's stopping the knight going to b5 or even d5. But if that was the case, the knight would have... Yeah. So if they played here, we would have just gone here like this. So no love lost there. What move was this? 14. So what you have to do is you have to bring this down. Could I move the whole thing? It's kind of weird. It doesn't let you... If I click back on move 14, it should go back to the original line. Hang on. Knight c3. There we go. So rook b8. Oh, is that how it did go? Did it go that way? Yeah, let's go. Queen to f3. c6, sorry. Knight to e4. Attacking the queen. So the knight's off the board. We've taken the queen on, the knight back on e4. Queen come back to protect the pawn on c6. Rook fe1. So we're actually +3 to white here, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 4 are actually a pawn up. d4. So if there was to take, we'd have the mate with queen takes rook, rook takes queen, and then rook takes rook with the mate. So if I just do this now, it's mating 2, so it actually comes up. Fantastic. So d4, move 18. Let me just move this right out of the way. Move 18. If we go back, oh yeah, you have to double click there. So it's actually d4, d takes e5, queen to g5. Maybe it's scoping down d2 to win the pawn on c2. We grab the pawn, so we're protecting the pawn on c2, but we're not protecting it on d5 now. e5 should I say. Rook attacking the queen. So rook ec8, which was played. Queen to e4. Engine saying queen a6, but we came back to e4, keeping the rook and the queen on the same file, and then pushing up for e6. So we lose the pawn on b2. We've got the check pushing up for pawn takes f7. Rook takes the pawn on c2. We take with check. Has to take, because if king goes f8, we go queen e8 check, rook takes e8 check, and then f takes e8 queen mate. Just to show you that. So if the king came here, we go queen e8, and that would be mate. So if you double click back on (37), that's it. So queen to e6 check, king to f8, and then it was just threefold repetition. There was actually another rook d1, but I don't see just playing it through earlier if it made any difference. Did it make any difference? The Stockfish was saying white would have won here instead of queen e6 check, king g8. What's the alternative? Queen e6 check, yeah. King f8, rook a d1, rook 2 to c6, okay. Queen d7, h6. Just playing it through, guys. G3, queen g6. Sorry, queen g6 should I say. Rook d4, proposing rook f4 check. King g8, so they anticipate rook f4. Rook to g4 attacking the queen. Queen f6. Rook e7. g5. Right. Rook g to e4. Rook c1 check. King to g3. g2 should I say. Rook f8. So 277, so that's plus 2.7. Queen d5 check. So if rook f7 now, it's like plus 7. So that, yeah, that'd be right. Rook f7, rook takes f7, queen takes f7, queen d8 check, rook king g7, rook e7, king g6. So king has to come to h8. Rook e2, g4, queen e5, queen takes, rook 7 takes, rook king h7, rook e7 check, king g6, rook takes a7, h5. So white was winning. So yeah guys, something different. The app is actually called Chess Time. It's got a green icon, and there's Chess Time Live as well. It's free. You can subscribe for the year, which is £16, and if you do monthly it's £1.59, and you get your email sent as a PGN automatically at the end of each day. I'm not sure, you can email it yourself, so I don't think that's an added price. I think you get that free anyway, so there's no annoying adverts or anything. You can just have up to 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Change the color of your board, custom colors. Choose your own username. You can actually have different options where, if you want, you can message your opponent and you can actually decide if you want to swap sides with the board, swap sides with your opponent. If you finish the game, you can actually finish it with your opponent if you want as well. And you can share you can actually share the actual games through WhatsApp, Facebook, etc. So there are loads of options. You can, so Chess Time is the one. So yeah, this was one of the games that I've just played today, ended in a draw. Something different, just to promote Chess Time. So if you're not on it, if you're on it, I'm on as Rooks and Hooks, so have a look at that, and we will see you soon. All right guys, come on down.